Hi class. Happy Friday. Last Friday as fourth graders. Wow. Like literally the last day of work. Because on Monday, surprise, you're not going to be getting any work. Yes. Yeah, Miss Martin was really nice. Also, I was just like, we don't ever really do work on the last day of school. So on the last day of school, I'm not giving y'all any work. But parents, and this is for your parents. So get your parents to watch this right now, okay? Parents, I will be posting on Living Tree, also on Clever, different digital resources that it just means web resources that students can access or use to continue their learning during this summertime. Because please kids, please students, continue your learning during summertime. That means you can still log on to Clever, you can still go on Imagine Learning, you can still go on Education Galaxy, you can still go on noredink.com to do some writing activities. You can still read a book. You can still do inference charts with a book that you're reading. You can still write notes about a book you're reading or keep a reader's journal and reflect about the different readings you're doing each day. That's what I highly suggest, is just to read. This is my one very important suggestion. Read each day for 30 minutes. After you're done reading, write a little summary of what you read, or write a summary of a reflection about what you thought about it. Maybe some feelings you had. You can also make it a little bit creative. Maybe you want to pretend to be that character within your book, and you want to as being that character, you're going to write a diary entry as that character, or a journal entry. That would be very interesting as well. You could even do a timeline of your book if your book has different dates in it. There's a lot of things you can be doing. Just please make sure you read for 30 minutes each day. Thank you. Okay, this is our last video and of our last read aloud. So let's take a moment. Everybody just let a deep breath in. Let a deep breath out. One more. Okay, last read aloud. Yes. And to continue I want to continue the whole theme of this week was what was the theme? What was the whole idea or topic that we were talking about during this week? You did it during your writing, you did it during your reading. Starts with the G. The word is gratitude. Gratitude. Make sure that you are expressing gratitude. That means saying thank you, or just saying thank you in your actions to people too. Like writing a letter to them. That's saying thank you to them within your actions. You don't always have to say it verbally. You could be doing it through actions as well. So what we're going to be doing today is we are continuing to work with gratitude. We're going to read one more poem. One more poem. Yes. This poem made me think about the small things that we need to be grateful for. The small things. During quarantine, I've actually realized that there are some things that I really miss. That I'm very grateful that they are starting to open back up. But please make sure, if you do go to these different places that are opening back up, you are being safe. If your family is allowing you to go, you guys are being safe. And you're wearing your mask just to protect yourself and to protect others. So for instance, I'm very grateful for museums because the museums haven't been open, and I've been wanting to see different art exhibits because I love going to the Houston Fine Arts Museum, very close to where I live, and it's amazing. They always have great paintings and everything. But anyways, I'm very grateful for that. And so this poem kind of hits on those different places, such as museums or like restaurants or even beauty shops, like hair, where you go to get your hair cut. Okay, so I'm going to start the reading. Sorry for talking so long. I had to tell you about what you guys should be doing during this summer, and then I also had to tell you that I miss y'all. Okay, so this poem is called SLANT by Soji Koak Kim, and I'm sorry if I pronounced his name or her name wrong. If the angle of an eye is all, the slant of hope, the slant of dreaming. According to each life, what is the light of the city? That's a great question. That's a great wonder. What is the light of the city? My wonder is what does she mean? What does our author mean when they say light of the city? What does light mean? What does light represent? Do they literally mean the light that we see in the darkness? Or do they mean light in a different way? Maybe a metaphorical way, or not a literal. Metaphorical is the opposite of literal. Metaphorical means almost in an abstract way. So when I say light, maybe they're talking about the center of the city. Where is the center of the city, or the happiness of the city? Is it the light of Is it the light of Lady Liberty, possessor of the most famous armpit in the world? Light of the lovers on Chinese soap operas, throwing barbecue ducks at each other with that live it up while you're young, woomy kind of love? Is it the light of the old men sitting on the crates outside ginga shops, selling dried seahorses and plastic temples of heaven? So that's basically people, like when you go into a market and you see, let's say a farmer's market, and you see all these people like trying to sell different items. That's what she meant by the light of the old men sitting on the crates. Is it the light of the yin and yang junk palace? So the junk palace, that's interesting. I'm wondering what you guys think that means. What's a junk palace? What do you think would be in a junk palace? Is it the light of the Golden Phoenix hair salon? Light of Wigoramas. So the Golden Phoenix hair salon, that makes me think back to like how I was grateful that beauty places are opening back up. And I mean, I don't know if your parents are talking about this, but I really need to get my nails done. So I'm very happy. And so that's funny that she mentions it's almost a light. It's the light of the suntanners in Central Park turning over like rotisserie chickens sizzling on a spit. Light of the pluck you and gone with the wings fried chicken shops. The parking meter leaners, the glamazons, the ooglers wearing fern-winsled quantities of cologne, strutting, trash-talking, glorious. Is it the light, the immigrants, the refugees, the peddlers, stockbrokers and janitors, stenographers and cooks, all of us making and unmaking ourselves? It's interesting. I just want to show you guys something that I noticed within how this poem was set up, or how it was structured, how it was written. When I say structured, it's how it was written, how it was shaped. So she first started talking about light, 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 because she asked the question, what is the light of the city? So she repeated, it's called repetition. She used repetition for effect. She kept repeating the word light for a reason. And then by each light, she gave us a place or a person that could be considered a light. She gave us Lady Liberty. That's a place. She gave us people within a soap opera. She gave us people within the stores, places such as a junk palace, a hair salon, people out in nature. Another place was the restaurant, Pluck You and Gone. So those were all, it's interesting how she said all of those things were light. And once again, you have to think, is a hair salon, is that just a place where they shine lights? No, she doesn't mean like a physical light. She means light in a different way. Something else that I see is that now she's gone on to talk about different sorts of people, immigrants, refugees. So I want to give you some background of what exactly that means. What's an immigrant? You never heard of that word before? An immigrant is someone who was born in a different country and they've now traveled to another country and they are now living there. So for instance, I'll give you an example. My family, my grandparents, they were from Ireland. and they immigrated. That means they came, they traveled over to the US. They traveled to New York when before I was born. So they are immigrants. Then we have the refugees. Refugees are people who also have traveled over from another country. Refugees normally travel over from another country for a reason. The reason could be that they don't feel safe in their home country. So, for instance, in my last school, I had some refugees. I had some kids or students who they were from Egypt, and then they traveled because they felt it was unsafe there. They traveled and now they lived in Las Vegas. So they were refugees because they didn't feel safe in their original country. We have, so they brought up those two sorts of people that live within our nation. They could be the light. They're stockbrokers and janitors. A stockbroker is basically a person who works in a bank, versus a janitor, what you guys have seen, is somebody who cleans up. Those are two different sorts of jobs. Two different sorts of people have those jobs. Well, a lot of people have those jobs. So there's just a lot of different people they're bringing up right here. They're talking about cooks, all of us making and unmaking ourselves. I really like that line, all of us making ourselves. When I think of that line, we're making ourselves to become something. Maybe that is the light. I'm thinking this author is saying the light is it's not just a place in the city, but it's a place within people. You are a light. And when I say light, that could be goodness or just positivity. That's what I think of. When I think of a light, I think of positive. You are a light in someone's life. You are positive in their life or in your own life. Hurrying forwards so all of us are making and unmaking ourselves. Hurrying forwards towards who we will become. One way only, one life only. Free in time, but not from it. Here in the city, the living make together, and make and unmake over and over. So here in the city, the living make together. That's basically, from that, I can make an inference right here. Here in the city, we are living, the living, that's all the people, all of the light, they have to make things together. I'm making the inference that we have to work together as a team with different sorts of people. For instance, I work with my other fourth grade teachers to make sure that we are working as a team to best help you guys. I work with Miss Peary to make sure she's doing the math and the science, but then I'm doing the reading and the writing. And then same thing we work with the enrichment teachers, the art teacher and the music teacher and the Spanish teacher and the PE teachers, making sure that we are all helping make you students the best you can be. Like we are making do together. We are working together as a team, each teacher. And so that's why it's really important that we cooperate together. That means work together to build the best community we can have, or build the best individuals and group of people we can have. Quick as heaven of every mortal relation, feeling that is fleeting. For what would the heart be without a heaven to set it on? I can't help thinking, no word will ever be as full of life as this world. I can't help thinking of things. I really like this last line. No word will ever be as full of life as this world. So basically the inference I'm making, what do you think they meant? No word is going to express this life. I'm thinking, or the inference I'm making, is that it's very hard to put life into words. But one word that we can use to express life and what we are experiencing as life is a word, as I said it later, thanks. We need to say thank you, not just to your best friend or your family when they give you something. You need to say thanks to yourself. Say thanks to the strangers around you if they do something kind to you. say thanks to Mother Earth. Like, thank you, grass, for growing. Because of you growing, I'm able to get food. So thank you, trees. Because of you, I'm able to breathe. There's a lot of different things that we can say throughout our life. We can say thank you to. That's where I want to end. It's just for you guys to remember this life is awesome. And that just say, this is something that I've been trying to do. Say 1 to 2 things that you feel thankful for each morning, each night you go to bed. Just tell them to your parents, tell them to your friends. It will make you feel a lot better about this life that you're living. Because once you feel that gratitude, you feel joy and the light and the positivity just flourish and grow within you. So please make sure to remember that, okay? With gratitude comes joy and harmony and hope and the light within, and spread around to everyone you interact with. I miss you guys, and it's our last class. It's weird. I'm not gonna cry. Okay. It's weird to cry to my computer. If you guys want to leave me a message, email me, or you can call me too. If you ever want to call me, I might answer. Actually, I'll try and answer. Yeah, most of your parents have my number. If your parents do not have my number, they can email me at mckinsey.martin@houstonisd.org. Yeah, sorry, this was a little bit longer. It's just because I really wanted to do this poem, and I want to talk to you guys about the summer. Today you do not have to do an exit ticket. Wait, rewind. It's not okay. It's a reader response, not necessarily an exit ticket. You're just gonna write about something. You're gonna write about something. I won't figure it out. Okay, guys. Bye. Just look on our directions. Look on your directions for what you're gonna write about. Okay, bye.